You have some different things that you got to work through. One thing being that you need the confidence. You have to be able to create content. But maybe you just don't have that confidence already starting out. Maybe you're somebody who is a little bit reserved, or you feel like maybe if I start voicing my opinions, I'll get repercussions. If I go out and be goofy, are people going to say that, hey, I don't want to work with this person because they're unserious? You may be someone who you don't have this setup. Even though this ain't the greatest setup in the world, you may feel like, oh, this is something I can't do. This is something that I can't afford. I just don't want to do it. Go look at any of my other videos. This is the first day that I even have this set up. So if you're someone who's just watching this video and you're thinking, man, this video looks good. For one, thank you, because it took a long time. It took a long time for me to learn lighting and whatever to even do this, which we'll talk about. But you don't need this. If I were to flip this camera around and show you where I've been recording content or making my videos for a while, you would be like, how did you do that next to a turtle tank, next to a dingy green screen? And the green screen would barely pick up my body right, so half my head is lopped off in the videos. The audio would always go out. Just look at my old videos. You will see. Now it's getting better. I'm learning different things about content creation that I didn't even know while gaining hundreds of thousands of followers from when I was 12 years old to now me being 29 years old. You need to be someone who is a self-starter. Hey, nobody's going to come ask you to be on their $1 million podcast. Nobody's going to tell you, hey, you specifically, I want you to come be on this TV show. Hey, tell me everything that you know about such and such topic. I want to hear that from you 1 hour a day, every day, and I'm going to pay you $10 million. That's not really going to happen to you just sitting on the street somewhere. But if you create content, you never know what could happen. Plenty of times people confuse high follower counts and subscribers and notoriety as those are the only people that make money off social media. That is extremely not the case. There are plenty of people with 10,000 followers or less making damn near more money than some of the more influential people you see on social media, because they don't actually generate money all the time. They just generate attention, but they don't know how to hone that attention into generating funds. But that's a whole different topic of generating income. To start generating any income off social media, you have to create on social media. And you may be someone like, how is this video gonna help me start to create more? Well, me making this video for you guys is helping me to create more.
Wait a
You may
minute.
be thinking, well, how does that benefit us? Forget about me. If other people on YouTube didn't get on here and make videos about the things that they've learned and created content out of that, if I bring you guys any type of positive gain to your life with these videos that I create, I know that in return, you'll give me the same. So as long as I keep giving, I will receive. You may feel like, oh, I'm not the prettiest. I don't have the best clothes. I don't have money, blah, blah, blah. You don't always need that. Are you giving your audience any type of value? Why are they watching your content for an hour or 2 hours a week, every week for a year straight, if you bring them no value? If you don't have a personality, hell, make one up. Make it WWE. Create a personality. If you're not Macho Man Randy Savage, become Macho Man Randy Savage. I'm not saying lie to your audience. I'm saying sometimes you have to hype yourself up. Sometimes you have to go into entertainer mode to be what you need to be, to give what your audience need to get from you. Now, you may not be somebody that wants to do the hype man thing. You might not want to show too much of your personal life. That's fine too. But make the content personable. Yes, you may not be showing your vulnerabilities. Your content shouldn't be showing a lack of creativity. You shouldn't show that you're stunting yourself from your audience, because eventually they will see and pick up on the fact that, hey, you're not even comfortable making this type of content. So why should we be comfortable sitting here? I don't want to sit through someone who doesn't want to even do this. Another thing you might want to consider when you're making content is the fact that you may not have the best material or camera or audio or quality. Okay, you can find these things, piece them together, every little paycheck you get, or you might want to donate blood or something. I don't know. It depends on how serious you want to take this content creation. Okay, but everything you see up here on my wall, less than $100. This microphone I got cost as much as the setup you see behind me, including the gamer chair. Okay, the microphone itself is $120. I'm not sponsored by them, but it's the Hollyland Lark M2. So if you do like the audio that you're hearing right now, it's the best wireless mic that I've found, and I've been doing this for a while now. I've tried the cheapest options. I've tried the $10 mics. They won't work. This is the best bang for the buck that I've gotten. For $100, you get two of these. They stick to your chest with a magnet, or you can have the keychain necklace that has a magnet onto it that can hold under the shirt or whatever. It adapts to Android and iPhone. And I just recently found out this week, if you have a USB-C port in your laptop, it can plug directly into your laptop. So there's no cables and loading software, nothing. You just plug it right on in. Might even do it in some short film work, but in shooting content, especially content like this where I'm just talking to y'all, I'm for sure going to be using these. Like this has been wrapped up since this got in the mail. My audio interface has been wrapped up. But if you're somebody who wants to just go and get an audio interface and do it that way, I will say you will struggle a little more. But if that's something that you have access to before you can get a wireless mic, then go for it. It's not that hard to learn. Most of these are plug and play. You simply plug it into the computer. The mic gets warmed up when you turn it on, and you can control the volume and what you hear back in your headphones. And eventually you will get used to it to where you don't necessarily have to wear the headphones, and now you're just good to go. And most computers now are just plug and play. You don't have to download any software to run microphones or anything. Or you might just want to get a USB mic, but the quality may go down. So I always say maybe get a noise reduction wireless mic, which is what I have here that you guys are hearing now. But you may be someone who says, hey man, I don't have access to any microphone. Okay. If you have a cell phone, you have access to a microphone. If you're watching this on a laptop, you have access to a microphone. It may not be the best quality, but you can get started, okay? If you have the right information, like I told you, if you have the right information, sometimes people can bypass the quality of the content until you are able to make quality content, and they grow with you. People who watch my first video versus this video will see there is a drastic difference. My first live stream on YouTube versus the ones from now on, drastic difference. But I stay the same. I had the same confidence. I gave them the information, or I just gave my opinion. They got what they came to get from me. Even though they may had to sit through a couple of microphones dropping out, or the audio glitching, or the stream lagging. You are going to have failures in the beginning. It doesn't matter. People forget. Nobody cares. Does anybody know Joe Rogan's first episode? Do you know how poor of quality that episode was? And now he's the biggest podcaster in the world. He helped the president get elected. Some people feel a podcaster. Yes, he did all of this with TV and blah, blah, blah. But this is a different medium, okay? You have the ability to compete with the networks and the Joe Rogans and the different things like that if you just make good content, okay? Make good content. What is good content? Study the niche that you want to get in. If you know nothing about cars, don't make a YouTube channel about cars. If you know a lot about baking or you have a lot of family recipes, just start recording you making the food. That's a lot of content. If you haven't seen with TikTok and things like that, everything is content. Talking to people on the street is content. If you put a camera on your chest and you just go outside and talk to random strangers, just saying hello, that's content to people nowadays, guys. There is no, what do I do? I'm not that creative. You are creative. And if you're not, learn how to deconstruct videos you already watch. If you've been seeing this type of content, how many of you guys have seen a video when you thought, man, I could do that same video? I could do that. Will I get 1 million views? Maybe not. But if you learn how to make the video yourself and you put your material in there, or you tweak it and you make it for you, now you're starting to pick up on, oh, if I have a hook in my video, if I have audience retention, this video would do well. If I can just have something that makes people want to stay in the video, they will stay in the video, man.